So good afternoon, one and all. So in the previous class, okay, in the previous class, we have started what are the factors influencing industrial development. Okay, so in that we have certain factors like we have economic factor, social factor, political factor, and other factors. So in that we have completed our economic factors. So in economic factors, we were having like availability of land, supply of capital, skilled labor, infrastructure, and production techniques. Okay, so in this class, we will be studying about social factors. Okay, first in social factors, we have three sub points. Like in social factor, we have first point like attitude towards development. Second, we have social support, and last we have societal needs. Okay, first we'll study what is the meaning of social support. Means here social support are the things that affect someone's lifestyle. Okay, social um, factors means are the things that adversely affect the someone's lifestyle. So that we called as social factors. Here what happens, first we will move, that is attitude towards development. Usually say attitudes will be of two types. One is positive attitude, and one more we have negative attitude. Positive attitudes and negative attitudes. So in industrial units or in business, suppose we have manufactured any goods or services, suppose we have manufactured any laptops for selling purpose. If we introduce in the market, if we introduce that in the market, means of course we won't get 100% good result, means 100% good reviews. We won't get, unfortunately we'll get some good reviews, some bad reviews. Means we will get a positive response, also negative response. Same way in development process, if you have developed any good, means there should be a attitude towards development should be compulsory. Next, a second factor in social factor is social support. See, a social support means it is the perception. Okay, social factor is the perception and activity that one is cared for. Means it is a perception that one is cared for. Sometimes we give some assistance or available for other people, means through which we are available for other persons. Social support may be of two types. One is instrument support and second one is information support. Okay, social support means giving someone cared for, means available for that person in assistance. So in industrial there should be a proper social support for, as well as it may be for employees or for the other people. Okay, social support are of two types. One is instrument support and information. Instrument support means refers to the physical support, means providing them some physical support, like someone needs some kind of finance, we can provide them with money. Okay, next comes information support. Information support means giving some information to that person. It may be internal internal information, means about within the organization information. Outside means giving information about outside the market, that is called as social support. Next we will move to the societal needs. Okay, societal needs means it involves the essential elements. Means societal needs means we require some essential needs, like we require some jobs, about transport facilities or health facilities, etc., etc. That comes under societal needs. So this was about social societal needs. Okay. So next we will move to the political factors. Okay. Next is political factors. Political factor means it is an important, means political means if you require, if you want to do any business or any industrial unit we want to establish, means we require certain kinds of permissions from the government. For that, political factor is an important. Okay, political factor means whenever we want to establish or create new industrial units, means we require certain kind of permission. For that, a political factor is an important. In that we have two sub points. One is stable government, and one more we have political support. Stable government means where the state provides some essential services. In stable government means where we require some essential services that the government should provide. Next comes second, that is political support. Okay, political support is required in kind of permission, in kind of taking some policies. Okay, next last factors are other factors. See, usually industrial development also depends upon other factors, like we have clean and efficient administration. There should be good administration, and there should be good governance, and they should have some good policy support in an organization. Administration means where the management should follow certain rules and regulations. Means they should follow some rules and regulations which have been prescribed by certain government. Means they should provide proper clean facilities to the employees. There should be proper infrastructure in the organization for the employee, as well as they should be have some good governance. Okay. So next topic we will move to. Sorry. Next we will move to next topic, that is what are the factors inhibiting industrial development. Okay. Next topic is what are the factors inhibiting industrial development. See, inhibiting means what are the problems we are facing in and developing new industrial units. What are the problems we are facing? See, we have two types of countries. One is developed countries, as well as we have underdeveloped countries. Usually what happens, developed countries may not face any problem because they have good infrastructure, they have modern technology, they have certain kinds of capital. So for that, they won't face any problem. While coming to the underdeveloped countries, they face n number of problems while developing any new industrial, while developing any new industrial units. Okay, new industrial units. So usually factors inhibiting what are the problems we will face when developing new industrial units, especially for underdeveloped countries. So in this certain factors are divided, like we have in this we will study economic factor. Economic factor, we will face socio-demographic problems, socio-demographic factors, and we have international factors. Okay, international factors. Last, we have administrative factors. Okay, we will study this much in what are the factors inhibiting industrial development, means what are the problems we will face. Like we have some economic factors, we have socio-demographic factors, we have international factors, and one more we have administrative factors. Okay, so we will study one by one. Before that, sorry. Okay. Then, okay, means what are the factors inhibiting industrial development? So before that, here it says that underdeveloped countries plan for faster economic development. So which is termed and governed by rapid industrial development. See, when underdeveloped countries will plan for faster economic development, means usually they plan for economic development. Economic development means to increase to increase the standard of living of people, which is called as economic development, which is governed by rapid industrial development. Automatically, if you want to increase the standard of living, we should have rapid industrial development. Automatically, the country's economic development will be increased. However, industrialization in underdeveloped country is not an easy task. Means in underdeveloped countries, to set up any new industrial unit, it is not an easy task in an underdeveloped country. So these countries face a number of problems in the process of industrialization. Okay, so these countries face a number of problems in the industrialization, like as I told, economic factors, socio-demographic factors, international factors, and last we have administrative factors. Hope you understood the concept. Means a number of problems they will face. Okay. Okay. So first we will move to the what are the economic factors. Okay. Usually here underdeveloped countries suffered from scarcity of capital. Usually underdeveloped countries, while setting of any new industries, they suffer a lot of problems in capital. Means we require funds. If you have funds, then only we can set up a new industries. If we don't have any scarcity of capital, we cannot develop. Okay. Second is underdeveloped countries do not have adequate infrastructure. One more second economic factor we face that we don't have adequate infrastructure facilities. That is the most another problems, like we don't have any proper road facilities. We don't have proper communication facilities. We don't have proper electricity facilities. We don't have. So this many problems we face in adequate infrastructure. Okay, under the first is they face a problem of capital like funds. Second, we don't have, underdeveloped countries don't have adequate proper infrastructure. Next, industrial development suffers in the underdeveloped countries like inadequacy of specialization institutions providing credit facilities as well as insurance institutions. So another problem we face that we don't have certain institutions that provide credit facilities, means providing any loan facilities or providing any fund facilities to the underdeveloped countries to set up any new industrial units. Means providing any credit facilities or insurance facilities, we face a number of problems in that. Okay, and next, one more we have industrialization may suffer in underdeveloped countries due to lack of modern technology. And one more, in industrialization suffer a number of lack of modern technology. Means we don't have upgraded technology in underdeveloped countries. We still use old technology, which which will be have a number of problems will face. If we use old technologies, means where the cost will be high and it will be of time consuming. The time will be high, means we don't have any n number of new technologies where developed countries use day to day new technologies. For that we don't have any modern technology. Okay, next, sometimes the industrialized from the underdeveloped countries may be converted with a small size of market. What happens usually, underdeveloped countries may shift to the small size market only because of not having that much availability of land. For that purpose, they shift to the small market only. Small, they'll start production facilities, manufacturing facilities, because we don't have that much land facilities. For that purpose, we shift to the small size market. So this was about economic factors. In economic factors, we are facing capital problems, infrastructure problems, and credit facility institutions, and we are facing modern technology problems, as well as we have shifted to small size market. Okay, so next, coming to the socio demographic factors. What are the socio demographic factors we are facing? So the first point is the fastest growing population. The fastest growing population has given rise to a sharp increase in the level of consumption, consequently reducing the level of saving. Inadequate saving result. Like certain countries have growing population day by day. Through that purpose, we require certain types of food and services to consume. Instead of we are consuming itself, and we are lacking behind saving. Where that we are not saving our income. That means where the fastest growing has been increasing. Okay. Next comes, in the underdeveloped countries have restricted to the mobility of labor. People are not willing to move from one place to another place to job. The industrial labor have the desire to go back to the agriculture. Here what happens, in underdeveloped countries, there have been restricted, means prohibition of movement of labor, means where people are not willing to move from one city to another city or one country to another country for job purpose. They are giving for job purpose. For that purpose, they're not shifting, and automatically they'll come back and do their agriculture business. In that also, we are facing a number of problems. Next, many people fail to develop entrepreneurial ability due to social customs and conventions. People in the underdeveloped countries are not enterprising, they prefer jobs over the business. Okay, many people in underdeveloped countries have facing some entrepreneurial ability, means entrepreneurship ability they have, they are not giving that much importance. So that in underdeveloped countries, they are preferring job instead of doing any businesses. So as well as social customs and conventions not encourage of capital. People would like to spend on festivals rather than invest in business. So these reduce in the volume of saving. What happens? We have social customs, means we have n number of festivals. For that, we are investing in festivals only, not on saving. That also we are facing socio-demographic factor, means where people are immediately investing in our festival because we have a number of festivals, so that we are immediately facing that problem that we are not saving. Incidentally, we are investing in festivals, not on saving the money. So this was about social demographic factor. Next comes international factor. In international factors, what happens? What happens in international factors? International factors. What happens? What happens in developed countries? In developed countries, they produce the goods and services. They produce goods and services at cheaper rate. Okay, in developed countries where the goods and services are produced at cheaper rate. We're coming to the underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped countries, we are producing the same goods and services at high rate. Okay, we're producing a high rate because in developed countries, why they're producing cheap rate means they are using modern technologies. Okay, they are using modern technologies. When coming back to the underdeveloped countries, we are using our old technology, means we are not giving that much preference to the upgradation. So these problems we are facing in international factor. Okay, and one more, the same goods which we are producing in underdeveloped countries with the old technology, same goods if you export that goods in other countries, means where the rate will be high. Where the rate will be high, of course we are producing in high rate, again we are exporting, means we are again raising our prices where there will be high rate. Same with this, developed countries will export to in India, means where the rate will be low because they are using new technologies, they are using our old technologies. Okay, this was about international factors. So this was a brief introduction. So in coming class, we will be studying about remaining what is international factors and what are the administrative factors. Okay.